Oh, hi there. Thanks for joining us on this beautiful day. It was raining a moment ago. I'm Summer from Kokoda, and...
Finish him!
That's Trevor, and we're going to tell you about the Force 8.
If you don't know Mortal Kombat, God damn it, you get off this video.
Yeah, this van's not for them. Force 8, 22'6", amazing. Amazing van for many reasons. Give us a few points.
So family van, so this one is a reverse layout. So you got the bunks up the front, main bed at the back. And I am enjoying this hat, but I'm just gonna take it off.
It's not a hat, it's an umbrella.
It's my hat. So reverse layout,
Thanks,
there's lots of benefits to that. We'll show you through inside and go through some of those a little later. The other benefits of this particular van is a rear cutaway, which means that you can take a very big van, not that big I suppose, 22'6". It's big in our fleet.
It's not small.
And still get through creek beds, river beds, things like that. All these undulations where you may be concerned about the rear end of the van. You don't have to be, the rear cutaway can allow for that.
And it looks good.
Oh, and it looks...
Cameraman.
It looks cool.
How nice is the backside of our, the booty of this van?
You like our booty?
We got the booty. We got the goods.
I like big butts and I cannot lie.
Well, let's, I guess, start outside like
these vans, this is our off-grid range.
Made in-house.
Yes, made at our own factory. Check this out. Now, so the off-grid range is a really capable van that you can still go to a caravan park and things like that. But actually it's really where you can go to places like this where you're not connected to the grid, 400 watts of solar on the roof, a 200 amp hour lithium battery standard, and with a Victron management system. So you've really got quite good power capabilities to enjoy your time off grid. You can upgrade lots of things to it, but as a standard, it's already set up. It's already set up, so you can have days to weeks away off grid and enjoy yourself.
Let's show them.
Yeah, let's go. All right, let's do this.
Okay.
So, front of the van, starting up the front of the van here. Brand new standard, black chassis standard. You don't have to pay for the upgrade. It looks so cool.
Yeah.
The van looks awesome with the black chassis.
Pretty much all it is. It just looks good.
It does. Really good.
Turns the heads.
Yep.
Yep.
So the front we have it's been off-road, full off-road. It's a articulating hitch. It's called a DO45 on this one. Slightly larger hole for a larger pin. The standard comes with a DO35, which is a 3.5 ton rated ATM, which just means that the weight of the van and what you can put in it can rate to 3.5
I don't think we can
or
use, sorry, you can't use me laughing like that.
Why? It's a Force 8. It's a Force 8.
I think that was probably too much.
Family's gonna love that whole comment. They're gonna love the whole thing. You don't ruin it. Don't ruin it. That was great.
Okay.
That was infotaining.
Okay.
That was good until you ruined it. You ruined it now.
Sorry.
Now what are we gonna do?
Rolling sound production, take 2.
Okay, so we're up at the front of the van here. We're gonna start here.
Pointy end.
The first things normally first. So we're starting. Full off-road van, so it has the off-road articulating hitch. This is a Cruise Master DO35 normally. This particular van we've upgraded to a 4.5, which is stands for 4,500 kilos, 4.5 ton. It's got a bigger hole. So the 3.5's a tighter hole for a smaller pin. If you have the larger pin, you want the larger hole. It's an articulating hitch, so it goes left to right, up and down, to take in all the undulations and things like that. Also, new standard, black chassis. The black chassis has nothing to do with the size of the hole. It just happens to be that way. And it's bloody awesome. So the black chassis just looks really cool. It used to be silver. It's really good. Do you want to go through the rest of the front?
I would love to. Right, so we have a 90-degree jockey wheel. We've got our breakaway here, so if the van comes, uncoupled from the tow vehicle, it will come safely to a stop. Chains, all normal stuff. Yeah, chains.
So you've got the 12-pin plug and you've got an Anderson, so you can charge your van from the car, which has got a DC to DC charger.
Tell them why our charging systems.
So this has got a Victron system in it. The really cool thing about this is, and not many have this actually, is you will charge from the car, which actually brings a lot of charge in.
Dual charge.
Around 35 amps normally, depends on your car. Plus, you'll charge from your solar. So you're charging from the car and the sun at the same time. So if you travel a couple of hours, pretty much you're going to have your batteries charged.
You've heard the term fig jam.
I have.
In our office, we use fig yay.
What's that one?
You're good, just ask you.
I haven't heard that one. Do you guys talk behind my back?
No, I'm
That's
just...
behind my back. I knew
I'm
it.
telling you to your face.
Now.
Anyway, so stone mesh guard, it pretty much, it is what
it's a guard against mesh.
Yeah.
It guards against mesh.
Yep. 2 9-kilo gas bottles, and below the gas bottles we have a tray on the A-frame.
Super handy tray. What do you use it for?
Not hands.
No, not handy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, normally it's good for
Silage hoses.
so water hoses, waste hoses, electrical leads. Jockey wheel, you can throw a jockey wheel on there. Pretty handy.
Yep.
Not handy. It's pretty
Yeah.
good for storing other things.
Use
hands.
things. We've got a tap here for water, and you can wash. Look, watch.
Oh, the pump's not on. Oh, it is on. Oh, it's off.
Off your feet. Behind that is a 5-liter diesel tank for a diesel heater. Also makes sense.
Diesel heater, which comes standard. The
does.
beauty of a diesel, so you have a roof-mounted aircon and heater, which is a 240-volt appliance. On the off-grid van, you can do two things. One, and this is pretty normal, is take a generator, and you run a generator, and it'll run any 240-volt appliance, being the heating around the roof if it's cold in winter, or aircon in summer, obviously. The beauty of the diesel heater is you don't have to run a generator. It's going to heat the van. It's super quiet. The other thing is, actually you can set it on a really low setting and you can leave it on overnight. Whereas a roof-mounted heater, actually you can't set it on a low enough setting to leave it on.
And it dries your skin
The
out
van's
too.
so well insulated, it just gets too hot.
It does. Why are you laughing, cameraman? You got to put the lotion on the skin when you use the roof mount too much. Or you get the hose again.
So the 5-liter, actually it's got a stainless steel tank in that, and we cover it with aluminium.
Because it looks pretty.
Just to make it all match in.
Yeah.
That 5 litres will last weeks of off-grid, middle of winter caravan. So it's pretty cool.
Let's open the toolbox on that side so they can see how much space
So
is
it's
in our
not a
box.
toolbox. We've been through this. It's
Sorry,
not,
it's not a
you could use
toolbox.
it for tools.
Sorry,
Actually, this is
It's
normally
a slide out covered in
this. We normally
right
would
angles.
put a fridge, 12-volt fridge. So you got a 12-volt point built in here.
You don't have to though. You can put a barbecue if you
Yeah,
want.
not everyone does. Sometimes people have a fridge in their car. So
Don't
if
let
you've got a
him
fridge
tell
in
you
your
what
car,
to do.
go ahead and put a barbecue or something on here. Sometimes do a little pizza oven I've seen in there as well. So, and the other side is the same size, which is massive. It does fit a generator and say like a 20-litre drum of petrol. You shouldn't put that in there. Not saying I would, but it would fit it. So, and it's got the slide as well. So huge amount of storage. And that's kind of what becomes an off-grid van, is it's not just about the power systems in the van, it's also what storage you have available to make sure you can take the stuff you need to be off-grid and be really self-sustainable.
I'm glad you took this seriously.
It's a serious thing.
One of us has to.
This van is capable as.
Capable as what?
As it needs to be.
So on this side of our Force 8, we've got 2 access points here for the boot. It's quite a lot of space. So while we don't have the full pass-through, this is deceptively spacious there. Is it? Well, it's probably not deceptively because I'm showing you now.
It's about as spacious as it looks, which is good.
No deception here. Can I just have?
That's a booger.
No, it was like
booger.
No, it was like black, like
All right,
charcoal.
well, I'll let you know you got something in your teeth. You've had it there all day. I wasn't going to say anything. You got it. You got it. So
Do not.
it is good storage. However, if you've got 3 kids, if you're a breeder and you have 3 kids, actually the third bunk goes here and you don't have the outside storage.
I would just make the third kid sleep in there.
By
By the time the third one comes around.
Yeah.
Do you care?
Yeah. Our third one's our favorite. Love you, Austin.
Oh, someone's driving by. Can you believe?
It's just the attracted to the van.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, oh yeah.
No, please. We're just filming. We're just filming. Take your time. Take your time.
So you have a light here, which is amber, anti-bug light. anti-bug light in orange, or you can flick it to white as well. So you'll use a white light, which is quite bright.
And there's 3 of them.
Dusk or dawn, yeah. So you got one here, you got 2 up there. This is handy because if you want to put a small barbecue or something here, or sometimes you'll put a table and lay your barbecue on it, however you want to do your thing. The orange amber light is really good for that. And then the white is handy for like kind of dusk dawn, like where the light's not great.
That was a bad movie.
What
From
movie?
Dusk Till Dawn. Oh, that's a controversial opinion, isn't it?
Is that like
It was
60s?
good. It was so bad it was good.
On 3, 1, 2, 3.
Cheech was so good.
Yeah, Cheetah is good. Cheetah Man is amazing. Sorry, I digress.
Massive awning. So I think it's a 19-foot awning.
Huge.
Huge.
We have the biggest awnings.
So
Nobody has better awnings than us.
she's American. So that was an American joke about Trump. Not all of us know the American stuff, but
Don't lump me in with those idiots.
and the awning is it's manual. It's great. It's about 30 seconds to open and close.
You want to
Yeah, let's do it.
do it?
Yeah. You can upgrade to an electric awning, but once you see how easy this is, there is not a requirement to do it.
I might have you do that side.
Where's the thing? Oh, there it
Right
is.
there.
I couldn't see it in the shade. So for short people like me, you can have a little lever up. Oh wait, I forgot how to do it. There's a little lever here.
Yeah.
Push that down.
Ooh,
What have
I
you
need
done
that.
to it?
I need your umbrella hat.
Where's the one over there? Can you open that? Awning will come out. Arms go up. You tighten them, which someone's forgotten.
No, I haven't.
And then one lever on the side, and you can lever it up.
Can you please believe
Whatever
the
height you'd like.
abuse that I put up with?
So it's just as quick to pack that up as well. So the awning's great. You can't lose little dials. A lot of the other awnings, actually, when you travel, if you get to tighten the dials again,
They come off.
you get to your spot and you don't
Same
have
with
your dial.
the leash.
Yeah, the leash, the little
Leash.
leash. It can't fall out of the awning, which is great. They're small things, but
But they add
actually-
up. The 1%ers
Yeah.
are the things that are irritating that add up to where you end up getting in arguments with people.
Well, and the reason we know these things is because I've lost those dials. I've lost the leash or strap.
On that, the reason that we know these things is because we caravan. And honestly, guys, if you're out looking at other companies right now, I guarantee you 95% of the companies that you're looking at, the people that are building them, designing them, selling them, they don't caravan. Why would you talk to those people?
And so look, some of them are knowledgeable.
That was a really good, uncomfortable laugh.
Well,
Was that
'cause
mean?
there is some really
I'm
good
not
people
being
out
mean,
there.
I'm being honest.
It
There's
is true,
great
though.
people
It is
out
true,
there.
yeah.
There's great people out there.
yeah, it is true though. A lot of people don't caravan, and so they don't deal with some of these. They're minor issues, but they're friggin' annoying when you're out caravanning.
But I think that's it is important that we mention that because we do go out and we know why things are a pain in the ass and why they're irritating, and we choose the products that we put in our vans and we build them the way that we build them because we understand the frustration that can arise when you're camping, and it sucks. The whole point of going away camping is to enjoy yourself, not have.
Oh God, we know.
Okay.
So we have really sturdy steps. Not all steps are sturdy. These ones are super sturdy, quite easy to go in and out. So they're pretty cool. You can get a third step, so you can upgrade to have 3 steps instead of the 2. Just brings a lower step. Depends on how your old knees are going. Some are
2 knee replacements.
Yeah.
I need the 3rd step.
Called a picnic table. I don't think it's that great for picnicking, but it is great for storing things. This here is Armour 1. We have this on show here because this van actually has Armour 1 on it. It's like a ceramic coating
Yeah,
protection.
it's a Japanese ceramic coating. The great thing about their product is they do the solar panels, which is really important. And it makes the van easier to clean. They do the wheels, they do all the soft and hard surfaces inside. They do the mattress. It's all lifetime warranty, lifetime refills. You get the pack here with all the cleaning, foaming equipment in it. Anyhow, it's a
couple of other
option.
brands. So if you prefer another brand, happy to
Yeah,
do
we
it
can help you with
guys
that.
well.
This one just has the Armour 1 on it.
We're partnered with a couple of them, and yeah, this one has Armour 1, and it is a good one. The other ones are good also.
Yeah, ask us about it if you want.
So happy to talk about that. You've got a TV mount here, so you can move your TV from inside or outside. It's a 24-inch smart TV. You can plug it into 12 volt, which is what you normally do off grid. You can also plug in the TV into a 240 volt, or plug something else in your 240 volt out here as well if you wanted to.
I want to mention all of our awnings have cradles on them as well. So when you're going on the
cradle,
corrugated
meaning
roads,
the kind of center thing to hold
to keep it from bowing.
which holds the what's this called?
It's called an awning.
What's that? The awning barrel.
Nailed it.
It'll hold the awning barrel because when you are going off-road and you're hitting all those corrugations and lumps and bumps, 19-foot cradle
It's a big awning.
barrel, it does have a lot of flex, so there's a lot of weight on that. So picking that up in the middle, and we'll do that on smaller vans as well. But this one, yeah,
On all of our vans.
it is. Under here, so we have a at the rear of the van, we have rear recovery points. So you basically will connect up some snatch straps. So if you get bogged, and you know, I kind of hope you do because it is a lot of fun and it means you're getting to some spots that not
You got
everyone's gonna
bogged
go
your
to.
last trip too.
I get bogged every trip because we do go to try and go to spots that are very difficult to get to because they're the spots that aren't ruined. They are.
And they provide the best outcome.
Oh, they're just amazing. They're just spots that there's really no one around, or if other people have got there, they're capable and they're cool
Which
people
means,
too.
which means they're really cool people.
Yeah. So
Yep.
you can pull out the back from the van. You can pull the van and the car from these points that are that strong. So
We've tested it.
we have tested it. And then you got your stabilizer legs, all corners of the van.
Not just three.
Not just
all
three,
four.
all four.
Yep.
So, oh, excuse me. And then that's the rear cutaway we talked about before. That means that as you're going through an undulation, as the wheels go down and the land comes up, it's not going to wipe the back of the van
Which
out.
you did when you were going, you dropped into a dry riverbed recently in South Australia.
Yep.
And that cutaway thing it's helpful.
Yeah, at the back of Broken Hill. So it definitely does come in handy. You can actually option this van. So this is standard. You can actually option this with a flat floor at the back as a traditional van, not with the cutaway, which gets you a full tunnel boot all the way through. And now if you have 3 kids, meaning you lose your storage at the front there, as we spoke about earlier, that is a good option to go to.
Or getting a king bed.
To have the external storage. Or if you also, it's got a queen bed, walk around bed inside standard. We'll show you that soon. You can also upgrade to a king bed. I do that and I love it.
Because he's really tall.
Which then, as a king bed, you will get a full tunnel boot through here.
And another here.
And a small one here.
It's still pretty big.
But then if you go a flat floor at the back instead of the cutaway, it means you'll have 2 massive size tunnel boots.
Lots of options that we can tell you
So
about and talk to you.
if you're really keen on storage, and we can do that, or if you want the cutaway, that's standard.
Are you done having a little
At the back of the van,
chat session
we have
with
two jerry can holders.
cameraman?
Standard, so they'll hold water or fuel depending on the type of trip. If you're going to go really remote outback, you'll probably take extra fuel. Or if you're going to go somewhere and stay off grid for quite a while, 2 jerry cans of water are pretty handy. 2 jerry cans of water is about half of a tank of water in the van. So you may normally leave a van somewhere and then go out and look at some rock or dinner or something. You can take those.
Did you say look at some rock?
Yeah, I do. There's lots of cool rocks. There is heaps of cool rocks around Australia. Fun fact.
I'm not disagreeing.
They say Pildappa Rock is in South Australia. They say that is the 2nd biggest rock in Australia, and actually it's not. They claim it. That's the 3rd biggest rock. We'll claim that. It's not, but that's how they did it. So you can take those 2 jerry cans, fill them up with water, and stay in the one spot with the van and put it into your tanks. You have, the new lights. Check out those new lights. So cool. So these are 2025 lights, standard on all the vans now. You have Bluetooth reverse camera, so you don't have to wire in your car for that. You just plug it in, change your car over, plug it into a different car. It comes with 1 spare, and also now it actually comes with a tyre repair kit. So quite often if you do have a tyre issue, it's normally just a tyre repair kit. You can plug it on the side of the road and you're good to go. You don't have to change a tyre over. It comes with 1 spare. And
but you can fit 2, as you can see.
And that kit, you can option up to have the 2nd spare, which makes it more capable and it looks cooler, but it does add extra weight. There's about 35, 40 kilos in adding 1 extra spare. So if you need the weight, don't add the 2nd spare. The tyre repair kit is really handy and comes standard, as we just said. Cool.
Way.
So what we've got around here is we have an external shower.
I know the joke that's going to come out of this.
Is there a joke inside it?
No, you're going to
If
say
I open that, there's a
stink.
joke in there.
No, I just know you're going to say that I stink.
You're the one bringing that up. Have you showered today, Summer?
Yes, I have.
Smell-o-vision, they can tell. So that, you can pop that out, hot and cold shower. It's great for kids, it's great for dogs, and also if you are at the...
Great for summer.
It's great for summer. If you're at the beach, you'll use this quite a bit because you're in and out of the sand and salt water. And you don't have to take the sand and salt water in the van, and you can just have a quick rinse off and not be all itchy. What else? What's this?
That's our gas vent for the gas and electric hot water system. Pretty self-explanatory. You can put them both on at the same time or use one or the other.
Yeah, so if you're off grid, you'll pretty much run that off your gas bottles, not your 240.
It warms up the water.
Yeah, and quickly too. So just running off gas, it's about 15 minutes and it's hot and it's 28 litres. So pretty much you'll get through 4 people's showers.
Yeah, pretty easy.
Yeah, just like normal kind of showers. So it's pretty cool for that. Normally we have 2 tanks standard, so 2 110 litre tanks, so 220 litres of water. This one we've optioned on a 3rd tank. You can option on a 3rd. I think you could fit 5.
Yeah, on this you can fit
tanks
5.
in the total. So you can fit a lot of water if you're going to go somewhere and stay for quite a while. Under the van, it's a bit wet. So
We've got a tarp. We came prepared.
Where's the tarp?
Poor planning prevents.
That's not good.
Proper planning prevents poor.
Today, Junior.
What is it? Proper planning prevents.
Piss poor performance.
And there's one that says that's preparation. Proper preparation prevents poor performance.
Someone knows these things because
I prepare properly. I prepare properly. 240 inlets here for your plugging of the in.
Yep.
If you want to plug into your mains for power.
That's a 240 in, and that's your safety switch. So if you are going to trip something, it's right here to flick it on and off.
So
and if your mates come past, they may flick it off. So
because it is
don't
funny.
You do that, mates.
So while Taylor's getting the tarp,
and what's in here?
What's in there?
That? Right there. What is that?
I mean,
is that a fridge?
It is.
But you can't even tell.
No. Do you know why?
Why?
Because our fridges, our compressor fridges, are ventless.
So we've worked really hard.
There's no vents.
We've worked really hard to reduce the dust that can ingress into the van. The vents on the back of a fridge are quite large, and normally the door as well. So having no fridge vents here, is probably 80% of the dust that was going to enter the van was going to come through.
Do you know, I passed a van today, and I did. I'm not actually talking shit. I passed a van today that just had vents and a big ass door on the side of it with more vents, and it just looked shit.
There's a different way to solve the problem.
Actually, speaking of that, because our batteries are outside of the van, for good reason. One, they're supposed to be.
Well, they can be in.
They can be.
You can have a battery. So technology, battery management and battery technology has shifted very fast.
Yeah.
And so it is hard to keep up with it for the manufacturers of the battery components.
Not for us.
Well, we don't make the batteries, but so it is hard to keep up with all that. You can have batteries inside the van, however, they have to be in a sealed box that is vented externally.
And
it's
a lot of companies
still
don't do it.
Well, it's
properly.
quite hard to achieve that. And some of the batteries that are in those vans, they aren't warranted to be outside the van.
Well, that means though, if for example, someone that has one of those vans and there were to be a problem or a fire, they're not covered. You're not covered for your insurance.
You may have
kids.
insurance, but you wouldn't be covered.
You wouldn't be covered. So just FYI,
so
you're welcome. Free tip.
You do want to check that. We have our battery boxes on the outside. We have 2 boxes as standard. One of those boxes has a 200 amp hour lithium battery standard. You can quite easily upgrade. You can fit 2 300 amp hour batteries in it. So you can have 600 amp hours standard in the standard battery boxes. These batteries are rated to be outside and can do that, so they're vented, and you don't waste
it's
storage space inside.
R1 rated.
And then you don't waste storage space inside, and inside storage is really critical. We don't want to waste that space that we have.
For sure.
Yep.
So we do it right, I guess is what we're getting at, is when these regulations and when these changes come into place, we're always kind of on the front foot of it, rather than being on the back foot. What did I say? Back
is probably
foot?
how most people say it. So along here we have, this is a bit shit to talk about.
Oh my God, he uses the same joke every time.
Such a good joke. All right, it's a shit joke.
I peed earlier.
Oh no.
All mine. It's not. It's just water because we test them first. So carry-on luggage. Actually, I use that joke all the time
So this
too.
is a chemical toilet. These are standard.
Yeah. Pretty common. That's the most common. Easy to use.
So a family will fill this up in about, depends on what you eat and drink, about a day to 2 days, depending on the size of the family and size
Well,
of the food
you've got
intake.
3 littles.
Yeah, we'll fill one up in a day. We shit a lot. We do.
Yeah, that's. I definitely.
Anyway, so we have a second one. So you can option a second one and
I think you should go to a doctor.
we go to the toilet. Anyway, so you have a chemical toilet, you put a little bit of chemicals in there, it doesn't smell, it's great to use.
And you can get biodegradable chemicals as well.
You can. Or there is multiple other composting style toilets. Happy to talk shit with you guys.
Yeah.
But have a look at those. Any toilet you can find, we'll be able to fit it. Let's talk to
You just tell us how you want to do your doo-doo, and we'll make it work.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much outside. How about we jump inside and show you guys through?
Do you have to jump?
No.
Okay, because my knee hurts. Oh, we got to go into the van. Cameraman is saying, you got to go into the van, bro. Let's do this, all right.
Okay, so we're underneath the van here. You can see some suspension. This is the main running gear of the van. This here is called a trailing arm. So independent trailing arm suspension is what comes standard. This is Tico Tough Ride. We really love this suspension. We've proven it out. It does amazing in all the hardest conditions, lasts really well. It has dual shocks. Dual shocks, so what these do is as you're hitting corrugations, these are taking that impact in. And the reason you have dual shocks is to reduce the heat that goes into the shock. So when you're going Gibb River Road or Great Central Road or one of these very long, very corrugated roads, the suspension's working really hard. So the dual shock is going to support each other. Normally over here you would have a spring. This van we've upgraded it to have the airbag suspension standard as an option. So this would normally have a spring here, which is fine, but the airbags will allow you to have to level the van on site. Doesn't matter how unlevel the site is. So good suspension. We have got some other options, but pretty much the standard suspension or this airbag suspension is the way to go. Up here you can see this little silver case. This is actually where we mount our water pump. So that's going to provide all the water to all the sinks and the showers and things like that. We mount this outside so it's quieter. It is a quiet operating pump, but it's quieter inside again with it mounted outside, and we put it in the enclosed bracket here, so it's very well protected. And it once again just reduces how much dust is going to get in and out of the van because there's just less perforations or holes to go in and out of the van. Really neat under here. Happy to show you guys through if you want to come out. But yeah, all of our vans underneath are very well managed and sealed up. All right, and so now we're inside. Went from outside, capable, rugged, tough, beastie,
gorgeous.
Yep, and then we've
amazing.
come inside to
You get punched in the face with sexiness and luxury.
Yeah.
Punched in the face in a good way, not in a bad way.
yeah, like it's relaxing, it's calm, it's nice. Like,
Open.
yeah, we've got a bunch of standard colors and styles.
You're gonna like all of them.
Yeah, and if you had your own really specific,
It's a tough word for Trev,
it
guys.
is.
Great.
Then we can work with you on your styling as well. That's a
Yeah.
summer thing. It's not a
Sit
me
down
thing.
with me, I'll go over all of it with you. We've got a bunch of swatches and textures and styles. I enjoy it. Trev hates it. But
So as you can see, we said earlier, this was a reverse layout. So normally the master bed would be at the front end of the van on like 99.9% of vans.
Yeah.
So having the bed at the rear of the van has a solid flat wall at the back, which is great to kind of lounge in and kind of like if you want to watch some movie and stuff, it's really comfortable
yeah, you're not.
for that.
So you don't have that angle of the front of the van where it kind of pushes you forward. So
Yeah.
and it just, I don't know, it kind of looks real put
Great.
together, doesn't it?
Yeah. Great storage.
Well, we're now a flat one-piece composite roof as well.
Oh yeah.
So 38 mil thick on the roof.
So the 38 mil thick, it means it's fiberglass foam and fiberglass. So it's solid foam in there. So the insulation properties are amazing. So it helps with heating and cooling. Also helps with noise. So it's actually quieter.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool.
And that gives us more height in the overheads. It also gives us more height in the hanging space.
These
which
are
you can have
massive back
shelves.
here.
Huge.
Huge.
It really is actually. It's quite big.
So the hanging you can, option this to shelves.
Bedside niches?
Yep, the niches
12
are
volt,
the
240
niches are the
points as
holes
well.
that are next to it. So a little storage space. Yeah, 12 volt, 240 volt power in there. 240 volt if you're got a generator running or or connected to mains, or if you would like to, you could option in an inverter, meaning you can
Which
run.
we have on this fan. We just put the heat on because
It's cold.
bleep this out. It's fucking cold today.
So the inverter, basically what that means is you can run two 40-volt appliances like the AC or the microwave hot water service, which you wouldn't really want to run off it.
No, you'd use gas.
Hair dryers, whatever. So you can just press a button and your inverter turns on and you run off your battery. You don't have to run your generator.
Big windows, double glazed, big overhead hatch with that fly screen and block out.
Yeah, so all the windows and hatches have the block out blinds and fly screen.
Big windows. Beautiful view, Trev, by the way, isn't it?
It is a great view out here.
Matches the interior.
Yeah.
Here it comes. Fans,
Yeah.
standard on our vans.
So these are a 12-volt fan, meaning they will just run off your battery, and you can move them to where you want them. So you can point them towards the seating,
And you can
towards
lock
the
it
bed, and lock it in.
We've got a TV mount there for our 24-inch smart TV. No dumb TVs here, guys.
Under the bed
That was a fake.
under the bed is a large amount of storage, so you can store sort of bulky items or extra bedding, things like
You're
that.
going to say it's where you kept your gimp.
It's what? God, you're weird. How old are you?
I really like that joke.
As we said earlier, you can upgrade this van to have a king bed, and we'll overlay a bit of king bed footage here.
What's that funny?
The king bed goes all the way across, and then you have like a lift up storage for clothes or whatever you want to put in there. The seating is a little longer and the kitchen's a little longer as well. So you do pick up a few other benefits above and beyond just the bedding.
Speaking of the longer space here, this is a really good amount of space for a family van. Because, I mean, you really could put 4 people here comfortably.
Oh,
well,
absolutely.
3, but well, you probably could
Oh,
fit
yeah.
4 if they were 5'2" like me, but 3 comfortably.
Yep.
And then if you've got like the small collapsible stools in the front.
Well, and the table, so a lot of the time, so this has a cooktop in here. So actually when you go to cook, you know, so this is up here and you got your pots or pans here, you actually lose a lot of your bench space when this is up to cook. So with the large table like this, you actually pick up all that more prep space, whether it's prepping your food, having the plates out to dish into.
As if he would know.
I am sitting there waiting for my food to be delivered.
You know what you're really good at? Uber Eats.
Yeah, not when I'm off grid out back, but yeah.
Anyhow, can you show them our amazing drawers as
So
well?
this has 3 gas and then 1 electric. So normally you operate off your gas. If you're connected to mains, you may run your electric. And then you have it's called a mini grill. So basically a little grill space there. And then down here is an oven.
Wine rack.
Or wine rack or
Wine
bread storage. If you know you are not going to be using an oven, you can option this to have just this top bit, which is called a mini grill and cooktop. And this will become a drawer. Or the next step is if you upgrade your batteries and an inverter, you can not have this at all, have 2 drawers in here and have a portable induction cooktop. So you just cook off your batteries.
Which is really good.
Yep.
Okay, now, as I asked before, would you mind showing them our soft close drawers and our metal-sided drawers as well?
So the vans are made, as you've seen from outside, made for off-road capabilities. And so the thing is when you go off-road, we are talking about things that are going lots of corrugations, lots of lumps and bumps.
Well, hopefully. If you're just staying on paved roads.
Well, it's not off-road. It'll be
sounds
on-road.
boring.
It'll be on the road. So the thing is that the suspension's great to take up all the vibrations and lumps and bumps and things. However, there still is impact coming through to the van. And so the rest of the van does have to be built to be capable for that. So the soft close is nice when you're sitting here and it's soft close, but actually these help to hold the drawer closed. When you have a lot of weight in there and you've got lumps and bumps and moving around, all that weight's trying to shift and trying to basically break these latches. So these latches are amazing. I don't think we've ever had one failure with them.
No, we haven't.
The metal-sided drawers, you'll see there's no drawer runners on this. A lot of drawers, they'll have a drawer runner on the side, which would be screwed in here and also be screwed into the cabinet on the other side. And when you're going through all those corrugation things, the van's just doing this the whole time. And all of that ends up on the screws.
It's fighting against itself.
Yeah, well the screws are into timber, so they just eventually just wear themselves loose, and then you're constantly having to adjust those screws when you get to your destinations.
No one likes a loose screw.
Oh my God. So well, some people would like it. So metal sides, and all the weight sits on the drawer runners underneath, and the drawer runners are locked into the cabinets on both the side and the bottom. And the cabinets are actually cut on our CNC, and they're cut like a jigsaw puzzle where they interlock. So the cabinetry is really strong because it's not just relying on the screws either. So lots of cool stuff with that.
We cut this all in-house as well.
Yep.
Like we've mentioned it, but I really want to drive that home that
designed,
it's all us.
Designed in-house and produced all in-house. So
design engineers in-house.
Yep. You've got a kick panel underneath here, which is great. It gets little footsies, as someone would like to say, in closer to the bench. So it's more like a home, which is really nice for that. Large storage. So this is great for.
Tidy it is. If you look at our plumbing as well.
Yeah,
our
that's true.
plumbing is super tidy.
Yeah. And all sealed on the top and the bottom, because that's where the dust would try to come through the floor and stuff. So it's all sealed top and bottom.
Pump.
Yeah, the pump's underneath. I went through that earlier.
Oh, did you? Sorry,
yeah, when I was underneath the van. This
Sorry,
here,
guys.
this is really cool.
No repeat Tuesday.
We've recently updated this. This is now a drawer. So that's a great
like
little
that.
storage space, being a drawer as opposed to like a little fold down. And then here is a pull out wardrobe. So you got a little bit of storage under here.
Pantry. It's a pull-out pantry.
Pantry, not a wardrobe. Don't.
Well, you can put your clothes there.
Could put your clothes there, but it's pretty
You
terrible.
can roll your undies up.
I don't have any undies. Bit of an overshare. Sorry, guys.
That's a commando cut in right now.
So, these are your overhead storage above the kitchen here. And then you can see the range hood. So you've got a light and a fan for that, obviously, is how it works.
And if you opt to
light
get the portable inductions, you still get that range hood so that if you do want to cook inside, if the weather's not great outside, you still have that range hood there to keep the steam away. You want to discuss that?
Yeah, so as it's cold day like today, up here you can see a black kind of interface there. That's your diesel heater. So you just turn it to the setting you want. It's got, if you can see down under next to Summer's feet, it's got two little black circles. So one of them's an inlet, one's an outlet. That's where your warm air will come out and warm the van up. Really, really nice through there. Yep. They do come with a remote as well, so if you're laying in bed, you can do it from the remote.
Or from outside.
Or from outside if you wanted to heat up the van before you go in there. Or if the kids go to bed and you're staying outside, you can turn it on and off if you wanted to.
Floor?
Yeah, so the floor's actually, well, one, it looks really nice. We've got a couple of styles of flooring. This floor is actually a stain-resistant flooring. In all of our floors we do. It's a little more expensive, but it just means that if you're summer, you will spill red wine. She is a mess.
This isn't wine.
But also when you go outback, the red dirt,
Dust,
as much as you want to keep it out, you'll trudge it in from your clothes, from your shoes, from your feet, from your kids. And so your floor will kind of go orange. And that'll stain a lot of floors. This stain-resistant flooring, you'll just better wash that off.
And that kind of goes back to what we discussed earlier outside the van because we do go caravanning and Trev's like a serious adventure caravaner. So the things that we put in the vans, the products, it's all because we've used it and we know what sucks. We know when stuff could be better. So.
I'm very perfectionistic, so like every second night, my wife would be like, come to bed. I wish it was like that, come to bed, but it was more like, she's like, get to bed so I go to sleep. But I'd be on the floor with wipes trying to wipe all the orange out of the floor because I just couldn't handle it.
Yeah, same like streaks and stuff.
Whereas so this floor is super easy to clean because it comes straight out.
Yeah, so we don't use cheap shit. That's not us. That's not for us.
Yeah. So that's really cool. So I think that's kind of takes us through this area.
Yeah, lots of overhead storage, lots of storage in general. Great space. As you can see, there's 3 of us in here now, and
there's a lot of room in here. Well, and it just means that, you know, for weekends away, great, no problems. You leave all your stuff in here. But if you want to go and travel like 2-3 years, it has enough storage everywhere to take all your stuff. You can take your homeschooling stuff, all that. We've gone and lived in them for many, many months at a time, and we'll homeschool our kids. Plenty of storage.
This is a family apartment on wheels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to go along with that, storage, cold storage here is the fridge. As we said earlier, it's internally vented, so there's no vents on the outside of it. This is 274 litres. So look at the size.
That's a house fridge essentially.
Yeah, it is. So the freezer part is big, and you find with a lot of other fridges a bit smaller, the freezer's actually a lot smaller.
Yeah, true.
And actually, you take a lot of frozen stuff. Because it's the stuff that will last. So if you're going to go off-grid and remote for a while, the freezer section is the bit you're going to rely on.
So Trevor basically has a whole freezer full of frozen potatoes.
I love potatoes.
It's true.
I do love potatoes. It's my favourite food group.
I've never seen anybody eat more potatoes. Sorry.
So this van, what's really nice, the rest, all the stuff we've just showed you through is standard. This door is an option. You don't have to have it.
But you should get it if you've got kids.
You can option this on. I love this because we've taken this van away. It really sections off the kind of parents area and the kids area. And if you've got boys like me, they fart.
They stink.
They stink.
I've only got one kid.
They stink. I've got 3 boys.
Awful.
They stink.
Like, how come, like, shut up, camera guy, I'm trying to talk here. Why does it, when boys get to like 13, why do they smell like a foot? I don't.
My kids just fart so much. And like, so this, we'll open this in the morning before we open, like, kids, open your windows. And then we'll, otherwise it's just,
But anyway.
So this is really cool.
This is the only family van that we've got where we can put the acrylic door on. But not only does it keep out the smell of foot, he's still laughing. But look how clean it looks as opposed to, like we do have the option to do concertina, but that looks amazing.
So someone just mentioned
lightweight.
It's a lightweight door. So a lot of the doors actually they're glass. They don't look as flimsy, so the other doors aren't as flimsy. You will much prefer. Okay, it's a little flimsy, but it's not
flimsy. It's lightweight and flexible.
Yeah, well, I'd prefer it to be really solid, which is fine. We never have a problem with them. But the thing is, when you have the glass, and 2 things: one, it's heavier, which takes weight away from what you can put in the van. But actually, what happens when you go off-road and you do some cool stuff? The amount of weight in these, they actually want to pop out of the hinges.
Yeah.
Well, they'll pop out. I've driven a van before, and then I've got there, and the door's hanging off.
But these are quiet. Anyhow.
These are great.
Door, acrylic.
So these, once again, the reason we went to these was for a better experience for you. Okay, well, on that note, do you want to show them through the back end of the van? The front end of the van?
The one time I get to sit down and I'm like, I'm going to have you...
Come on, these guys are excited to see it. Get off your ass.
He always gets to sit.
I went through the whole other bit of the van.
Really the whole of the bit, except for the rest of it.
Hopefully everyone can put up with your attitude.
I have a good attitude. So, bunk area. There's bunks. They're big. 1.85 up the top. 2.1. Yeah, 2.1 on the bottom. If you've got a third bunk, also 2.1. If you've got the third bunk, you do lose this space. We've got a lot of storage here behind the other acrylic door that goes in the ensuite. Storage. Plenty of space. Each bunk has its own fan. It's got its own magazine pocket. It's got its own reading light and USB port to charge all the stuffs and the things. Overhead latch. Windows with flywire and blockout as well. In the loo, a lot of space in here. So if you want to join me, you can just sit and have a chat. This would be a good place to do a podcast, wouldn't it? Storage for all of your stuff and things. Bench space, towel hooks underneath. Plenty of space for your toiletries and overhead as well. In the shower, I'm just gonna hop in because I think it's good to see how much space there actually is as far as like, pretend I'm washing my hair. Even though Trevor says I don't shower, if I'm washing my armpits, you can adjust the shower rose. This is nice for, my shower at home is completely dyed red because of my hair. So if you don't want to wash your hair, you can drop this down and just wash your bits from here down. Little things, but it's nice. Oh, or if you just want to do that as well. Get the lower bits, the undercarriage, as I call it. Anything else in here, Trev? He wasn't listening. He doesn't care.
The shower size is pretty cool.
Yeah,
I know, but it just actually is really cool. A lot of showers are not that big in vans, and
big.
They're hard to tell from the videos and photos, but it's a great size.
It's a great size. What? Okay. You didn't... Are you mad?
Oh, yeah. She's really annoying to work with, guys. She might look cool and sound cool, but no.
I don't look or sound cool.
Exactly my point. So imagine working with her as well. All right, so pretty amazing van. Outside's cool, inside's cool. We have a bunch of options if you wanted to add them.
If I move this, I can let you out and you can talk about the battery management system when
yeah.
you get up.
Okay. So up here we have our Victron interface. So the Victron is the battery management system. it'll tell you really simply here what everything we've got. So it'll say AC loads, that's how much power we're using. PV charger, that's how much solar is coming in. So it's very overcast right now, we've got no solar coming in. It's saying we're using 83 watts of battery power right now with our lights on and things like that. It'll tell us what our battery percentage is at, 56%. It'll tell us our time, any alarms going off or not. It'll tell us our tanks. So as you've seen earlier, we got 3 tanks on this. So one's at 82%, 89%. We can turn the inverter on and off, which is really simple from here. And it'll also tell us
56 isn't
how
bad
much we can
because
charge
we were only like 60 something and we had the heat on for quite a bit. We've done well.
Sure.
Yeah.
So really easy interface, and it has got other screens, so you can look at it in different ways. It'll tell you the same thing. This will just show you where the power is going. It's all telling you the same things. You can just choose the type of interface that you want to work with. I prefer this one.
Yeah, you can simplify it, or you can
the thing
get
is,
as much info as you want.
It gives you all the information you need, and it's really easy to manage. So you don't have to do any calculations and things like that, or turning your inverter on if you option one. It's one button. You don't have to go and press a bunch of things.
Can we talk about as well, like, for example, this van has got a 3,000 watt inverter on it.
Yes.
And with, the BaneTech batteries, the Victron battery management system, why would a 3,000 watt inverter be better than, like, some people put two?
Yeah, so there's different brands, like there's Enerdrive, there's BM Pro, there's Red Arc. There's lots of different brands of gear you can have. Victron's kind of one of the top ones.
Is.
Well, that depends on your use. So we also have in our Counter-Strike range, we use OzX Corp.
Oh, I mean for this range.
Yeah, so really we think that the 2 best battery management systems and batteries in the world that we use is what we use, which is the Victron in this one and then the OzX Corp. So if you wanted to run, so our Counter-Strike's range is full electric vans, so no gas, and so they're very heavy on power use and have massive solar panels. So to run it really high voltage all the time, we really like the OzX Corp. Victron can do the same kind of stuff, so it has a huge range as well. But the capabilities of the Victron, everything's easy. You can scale up your battery system so big. You can add as much solar as you want. So it's really what it comes down to for us is, one, we don't want you to have a failure. It's just annoying for all of us. We want it to be able to meet your needs now, and if your needs change where you want to add some stuff to it, it's really easy to add more solar, more battery, whatever you need. The 3,000 watt inverter, basically it means you can use up to 3,000 watts of power. As an example, running your aircon, you may use around 1,100 watts of power. That would mean you've got, say, 1,800 watts left. So if you wanted to run hairdryer or microwave or some induction cooking, you've only got that much space left. So if you had a 2,600 watt inverter, well, you would only have like
it's just
1,300 watts left.
Little bit.
It's not a lot.
Not quite. It's just not quite there.
So the 3,000 watts great. You can also get a 5,000 watt inverter, which just means you can pull even more power at once. For the most part, you don't need that, but if you wanted to option it, we do have that as an option as well.
Yeah, we can really go through and kind of suit your needs, and I think, again, we have the knowledge in-house with our team to give you the advice that you're gonna, and it's gonna be honest advice as well. We're really big.
Well, and as a standard, the van is set up off-grid capable. It is a really good standard for the majority of people. And if you wanted this van but wanted to add a few bits, that's fine, go and add them. But for the most part, you don't need to. It's really well set up. Yeah. We did that thinking for you guys, so hope you enjoy it. Give us a call, come and see us. Happy to run you through anything else in detail. 1600
Sydney Road, Campbellfield.
In Victoria. So if you want to fly down, we'll look after you with the fly down as well.
Really good cafe across the street. I'll get him a coffee.
Cool. All right, thanks guys.